Joy Behar calls her a 10. I mean, how dare she objectify a woman with a sexist rating system, but it's such a typical thing from a 1.5.
Well said.
The motives stink worse than Joy Behar's jog bra. I mean, assuming she jogs. Oh, wait, there she is. All right. She has a point. Maybe I am obsessed, but some people are obsessed with Bigfoot, and they don't get to see him on TV every afternoon. And if they did, could they tell the two apart? I don't know.
Oh my God. Because Joy Behar genuinely believed she had everything under control, everything on film, erupted in the most disastrous way. However, Greg Gutfeld and Tyrus's razor-sharp comedy completely upended the situation, turning it into a whirlwind heading straight for disaster. Tyrus remained poised, delivering one-liners that hit harder than a speeding car, while Greg fired quips so sharp they seemed able to cut through solid glass, despite her attempts to maintain a confident look. Meanwhile, she caused unprecedented chaos, gradually losing her composure live on air, blending a reality TV meltdown with a roast battle into one unforgettable event.
Even that, in The View, you don't need to find Trumpers. You need to fire your race baiters.
Yeah.
You need to fire the two races. You've had people. You had a McCain on there. You've had people on there before, and you ran them off. So the racist ones who want to stick to this, Whoopi and Sonny, and was it Bette Midler? What's her name? The broke-ass Bette Midler. Fire them and bring people in. Maybe you could get McCain to come back. She was a Republican, but every show and every break, she was nearly in tears.
Greg Gutfeld and Tyrus disrupted her with sharp jokes and their calm, collected presence, while Joy Behar sat on her TV throne, acting all-powerful as if nothing could shake her. The impact was far greater than she expected. Her entire Queen of the Set act collapsed on live television in seconds, leaving her staring in disbelief as if she just realized her lavish theatrical reign was ending before everyone's eyes.
Joy Behar accused Elon Musk of being pro-apartheid, but then begged him afterwards not to sue. Musk lawyers have yet to comment because they're still checking to see if it's legal to sue a cow.
Shots fired.
It's a legal question. I don't know why it's so upsetting. I don't make the rules in this country.
I should note, there wasn't a single loud yelling match or chaotic onstage fight that evening. In fact, it was sharper and colder than any shouting could be. With jokes that seemed to slice right through the screen, Greg and Tyrus dismantled Joy piece by piece. The striking part was that she wasn't even able to defend herself, which somehow made it feel even harsher, like watching someone lose a battle they weren't part of. By the end, her once steady throne was visibly shaking.
Some news, the feral monsters of The View say they've never heard of you-know-who. True, the show that makes mornings hell claim that my name doesn't ring a bell. It's time for...
Our view on The View. Ugh.
Yeah, the witch's coven finally shows me some lovin'. Yesterday on The View, yours truly was the subject of conversation. Apparently, the broads have no idea who I am, or so they say.
All right, Greg Gutfeld was in full-on nasty mode, doing what he does best, calling out the absurd actions of some TV hosts without even mentioning Joy Behar. When Joy played those daytime celebrities who act wise while sipping expensive wine and pretending to understand real-life struggles like the true cost of gasoline, his comfort zone was impossible to miss. Every witty remark he made seemed to pierce right through her polished TV facade.
Gutfeld talks about you all the time.
Who is he? Well, really, who is he?
I don't watch the show.
He has a show.
I don't watch the
never
show.
heard of him.
Yeah.
I guess he's just obsessed with me.
No. Next, Joy's gonna say she's never heard of carbs. Seriously, her denial of knowing me is as believable as her red hair. But obsession? I mean, come on, Joy. Where would you even get that idea? Like Joy Behar's face, it's looking worse and worse by the day. More full of crap than Joy Behar after a night of scotch and Taco Bell. Her being named Joy is like me being named ugly. Joy wasn't there on the show. Apparently Mondays are her days off when she feeds in the pasture. It now smells like a humid day inside Joy Behar.
Tyrus entered with his usual calm, composed demeanor, no yelling, no over-the-top antics. His jokes hit like silent gunfire, delivered with perfect coolness. "Are we seriously still buying what she's selling?" was written all over his face as Joy performed for her eager audience. He never even mentioned her name, yet everyone knew exactly who he meant. It was a brilliant takedown that barely felt like a joke, leaving poor Joy as the unexpected punchline at a show she hadn't even been invited to.
No, this is what elitists do who can't, like, if you don't know who someone is, how did you know to automatically hate him? Like, I mean, that's how fake and full of she is. Gutfeld, never heard of him. Don't like him. Why? Cause why? That's why I just turned to one of my kids. Cause why?
Yeah.
Cause I don't know who he is. Never heard of him at all in my entire life. But why? Cause I don't know. Because they are the last TV show to talk about high turnover. We've been rolling 3 steady for a long time.
Yeah.
We don't take breaks in the commercial to get away from each other. Well, that's what the drinking's for.
Yes.
Megan McCain, how'd that go?
Yeah.
Rosie O'Donnell, or any of these previous fellow employees? Because one of the things they said was that no one walks away from money. Right?
Yeah.
So they got people running.
Greg Gutfeld's total silence and lack of protest was a masterstroke. Without effort, he turned the whole moment into pure comedy, dismantling Joy's polished image with his quiet, confident chuckle, perfect timing, and sharp facial expressions. The funniest part? She still believed she was winning, like a captain smiling on a sinking ship, while Greg and Tyrus simply watched reality take its course.
The problem is that you have to go after the racist people, and be the CEO goes, you know what, I'm not going to allow a woman on my show or man that will go after white America and talk about them like dogs. That doesn't represent our ideals or values for anyone. And get rid of those people, and this will clear up real quick. So do you have to actually look in the mirror and clean up your own backyard and get the racist people out? Because that's who you allowed in. You allowed black racist on TV who could just go all day and say anything about white people. And I guess lo and behold, they forgot that there's a lot of people at home, white people at home during the day that are not watching your show anymore. So just clean it up.
Yeah.
To make his point, Tyrus doesn't need drama or flashy theatrics. He simply sits quietly, his blank expression and calm tone saying more than a full speech ever could. A single raised eyebrow signals that Joy Behar has been out of touch for ages, busily crafting an entire performance just to make a simple point. Yet she continues presenting herself as the voice of reason, delivering long-winded lectures that feel like flat jokes. Meanwhile, the applause she counts on feels more routine than genuine, especially when Greg and Tyrus offer humor that truly lands and exposes just how absurd the whole scene is.
About The View. It's become like a medical hospital that displays human misfailure. Like it's like here, let's look at this political oddity. You know, it's like it really is like the left-wing equivalent of a carnival sideshow, except instead of bearded ladies and fat clowns and two-headed cows. Well, let me rephrase that. But The View is a victim of the sunk cost fallacy. You know, how can you now speak the truth when for years you've been telling lie after lie after lie? Now you're carrying this big bag of rocks around you because it's too harmful for their ego to admit that we really were dishonest. And they could be honest. All they would have to say is, look, we hate Trump so much. We were willing to lie about Joe Biden because we felt he was preferable. We thought our lying and our cover-up was on your behalf. Just say that. You're still scum, but at least you're honest.
Girl, do you even hear yourself right now? Tyrus asked, his expression saying it all. He didn't need to argue or raise his voice. His icy gaze roasted her perfectly. Instead, he simply turned away, letting her points collapse on their own. Joy, who thrives on drama and exaggerated outrage, couldn't handle such subdued reality. Greg, meanwhile, navigated her chaos with sharp humor and quick retorts, making her entire show feel even more absurd. The strangest part? She could stop at any moment, but she doesn't. Too captivated by the bright television spotlight. Greg and Tyrus made it clear it's the dramatic performance Joy has been delivering for years, not Joy herself.
Sure, all that, and the price of butter. Sonny gets the game ball. If it wasn't for her, asking that question, it might have been a closer election. But when oh no, nothing really comes to mind, I was like, cha-ching. Listen, they're bitter, they're angry, they're entitled. They also should be, this should have been a reset for everyone who pushed lies and misinformation for the last, they called him Hitler, they call these things, America rejected them. And instead of coming back and saying, we lied, they instead are now doubling down. So let her keep doing it, because if she keeps that up, we're going to keep getting the Senate and probably the House and the White House, because people...
Honestly, it was like watching someone silently reveal, without even naming him, that the emperor had forgotten his clothes, yet everyone immediately knew who it was. Wow, I can't believe this is what we're actually talking about, Tyrus said quietly, expression calm and unreadable. He didn't need to joke. His silence alone was more powerful than any punchline. Joy's confidence crumbled before everyone. The oddest part? Greg and Tyrus didn't even have to step on stage to start this. The show had long lacked real conversation, turning into performances where participants pretended to engage while the audience applauded. Greg and Tyrus operate differently. No scripts, no cue cards, no fake applause. They simply sit, speak honestly, and turn every difficult reality into lighthearted humor. It finally felt like justice had caught up with all the theatrics after a long wait.
Sure loves running her mouth. She should. But she should. It's the only running she does. Emily! So what did you make of this? VVAC is what she called him. I don't care if you disagree or agree with him. That dude is not dumb.
No, and that is what was so ridiculous. Everything that comes out of her mouth is ridiculous, but for her to make that kind of point about someone that we all know, that regardless how you feel about his politics or him running, that he is undeniably brilliant, is...
Meanwhile, The Viewpoint continues to praise itself, acting as if it's delivering some profound message. Greg Gutfeld and Tyrus, on the other hand, deliver incredibly sharp humor, and it's clear which side people prefer. One constantly scolding, the other making you laugh until your tension melts away. People naturally choose laughter when they're tired of being mocked. Joy Behar wasn't even part of this takedown. Greg and Tyrus were already roasting her from afar like an old TV dinner left in the oven, while she probably sat waiting for a big confrontation. Greg sparked the chaos, sipped his coffee, and watched the performance unravel. No red carpet, no invitation, just quiet devastation from another studio. Tyrus summed it up with a single blank stare and a quiet snort.
Joy Behar talking about refusing to share a kidney.
I find it friends bizarre. With a Trump supporter. I won't give them a kidney, but I could be friends with them.
Hey, Joy, it's a kidney, not a pizza. Of course, she's kidding at first, but then she goes on to explain the moral foundation for her resentment, and it's the same one that drives all deadly.
What really stands out is that Joy seemed ready for a loud, dramatic showdown. Maybe she expected a split-screen explosion full of shouting and gasps, but instead she found herself sidelined and unimportant. Imagine trying to provoke people for years, only to discover that no one cares enough to respond once the performance feels stale. The audience has already moved on, and the jokes fall flat. The worst part? They don't even miss her, tired of overhyped TV lectures posing as smart discourse. Instead, they crave something genuine and funny. Her sharp side eye and quick wit speak louder than words. Honestly, The View no longer feels like a real conversation show. It's more like a wax museum where everyone laughs with Greg and Tyrus as the hosts recycle the same cold leftovers and predictable outrage.
Sausage maker Johnsonville is recalling more than 42,000 pounds of pork sausage for possible contamination with plastic fibers. Fortunately, authorities were able to track all 42,000 pounds to a single location in New York City.
It's striking that younger viewers refuse to sit through endless lectures from wealthy TV stars, tired of stage scenes with visible strings and fake applause. Meanwhile, Joy Behar continues shouting at clouds as if the storm never passed, while Greg Gutfeld and Tyrus turn all that lavish chaos into sharp, funny moments. In truth, the roast had already happened without her, and her once sparkling throne had been replaced by a tiny worn stool amid the dust of old jokes and stage laughter. If you enjoy real drama paired with real humor, be sure to subscribe to and follow Jacob Reports. Everything there stays honest, and all the